morning children. Today we are going to see about the topic traders, kings and pilgrims. Okay, in that about Cholas, Cheras and Pandyas. First we are going to see about this. Okay, three powerful ruling families. Okay, three powerful ruling families. Who are they? These people, the Cheras, Cholas, Cheras and Pandyas. Okay, Pandyas. These people are referred as, these are referred as, how they are called? Moovendar. How they are called? Moovendar. Okay, where it was mentioned like that? In Tamil Sangam poems. Okay, in Sangam poems, these three powerful ruling families were referred as Moovendar. அப்படினு சொல்வாங்க. அப்படினா என்னன்னா, which means three chiefs. Okay, three chiefs in Tamil. So, Tamil how they are called? Okay, three chiefs in Tamil. Moovendar. Okay, idoda Moovendar அப்படிங்கற meaning என்னன்னா three chiefs. Okay, so these three powerful ruling families, okay, they are referred to as Moovendar. Okay, so why I means three chiefs. Okay, what is the meaning for Moovendar? Three chiefs. Okay, they established அவங்களோட main ruling control where it was, they established control in South India. So these three people, where their control, where they ruled the South India. Okay, and around when they ruled around 2300 years ago. Okay, so these people, they ruled the country 2300 years ago. Okay, and these three chiefs, what they did, set up a power centers. Okay, these three chiefs, they set up two power centers. ரெண்டு powerful centers அவங்க வெச்சிருந்தாங்க. Power centers, each one inland, தன்னோட நாட்டுக்கு உள்ளேயும், and another on the coast. Another on the coast. கடற்கரை ஓரமும். இரண்டு அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு பவர்ஃபுல்லான இடம் இருந்தது. ஒன்று இன்லேண்டுக்குள்ளேயும், இன்னொன்று கடற்கரை ஓரம். Okay, so these three chiefs, both this Chera, Chola, Pandyas, they set up two power centers. Where they have set up, one is in inland and another one is in the coast. Okay, these places they have set up. So two important centers we have said. What are the important centers? The most important center, the most important centers பார்த்தோம்னா, எது important centers na, that is Puhar, or otherwise it is called as Kaveri Poopattinam. Kaveri Pattinam. Okay, so how it is called? Kaveri Pattinam or otherwise Puhar. So this Puhar is ports of the Cholas. துறைமுகம். இந்த புகார், பூம்புகார், காவிரி பூப்பட்டினம் அப்படிங்கிறதுலாம் சோழர்களோட துறைமுகங்கள், போர்ட். ஓகே, ஆஃப் Cholas, and Madurai. Madurai, it is the capital of Pandyas. Okay, the Pandyas oda capitals edun pathina Madurai. So Madurai is the capital of Pandyas. Okay, then next if you take it, these three chiefs, okay, these three chiefs, the moonu perum chiefs, what they did, they collected, okay, they collected the gifts, okay, they collected the gifts from their people, gifts from their people. அவங்க people கிட்டந்து gifts-ஆ வாங்குனாங்க, ஆனால் tax-ஆ அதை collect பண்ணல அவங்க. Okay, they didn't force the people to pay the tax. Instead of, they accepted the gifts given by the people. Okay, so these three chiefs collected the gifts from their people instead of regular taxes. டாக்ஸஸா அவங்க வாங்கலை, ஆனால் அதுக்கு பதில் எப்படி அந்த மக்கள் கிட்டேருந்து அவங்க பணம் வாங்கினாங்க, gift is that one person is willingly giving to another person on his wishes. Okay, so not compulsory, but tax is compulsory. So these three chiefs, they didn't collect, they collected the gift, they accepted the gift from the people, but not collected the taxes. They didn't compel the people to pay the tax. Not only that, they also conducted military expeditions. Military expeditions na enadhu ராணுவ பயணம் அப்படினு சொல்வாங்க. So military expeditions to where? To the neighboring areas. Okay, expeditions to the neighboring areas. Okay, so neighboring areas, so and collected the taxes and collected the tribute, collected the tribute. கடல் இந்த மாதிரி மிலிட்ரி பயணம் போய் மற்றவங்க கொடுக்குற அந்த அஞ்சலியெல்லாம் அவங்க they brought it, வாங்கிக்கிட்டாங்க, the tributes. Okay, so how they used these collected money, for what purposes they have used this? They would keep a part of a collected wealth. ஸோ அந்த கலெக்ட் பண்ண இந்த கிஃப்ட்ஸ்லாம் அவங்க பாதி பார்ட் வந்து கலெக்ட் பண்ணி வச்சுப்பாங்க அண்ட் டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் ரெஸ்ட் அமாங் த சப்போர்ட்டர்ஸ் அண்ட் டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் ரெஸ்ட் அமாங் த சப்போர்ட்டர்ஸ். அவங்களுக்கு சப்போர்ட் பண்ணுறவங்களுக்கு அதை கொடுப்பாங்க. அந்த சப்போர்ட்டர்ஸ் யாரெல்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா such as maybe a family members. Okay, then poets, கவிஞர்கள். ஓகே, ஸோ அவங்கள பார்த்து பாட்டு பாடி வரவங்களுக்கு அவங்களுக்கு கொடுப்பாங்க. அண்ட் ஃபார் சோல்ஜர்ஸ், ஓகே, சிப்பாய்களுக்கு பங்கு பண்ணி கொடுப்பாங்க. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் ஹவு தே யூஸ் த collected money. This is how they've spent the collected money. Okay, so Cholas, Cheras, Pandyas, who are they? They are the three powerful ruling families and they are referred as the Moovendar. How they are called? Referred as the Moovendar. In Tamil that is Moovendar. What's the meaning for that? Three chiefs, which means three chiefs. Okay, then next how you come to know that it was written in the Sangam poem. சங்க தமிழ், 3 சங்க தமிழ் இருக்கு, அது மாதிரி சங்க தமிழில் இது எழுதியிருக்காங்களாம் இதை பற்றி. ஓகே, then they established control around when these three people they have came into power 2300 years ago. And they three set up 2 important centers, one in England and another on the coast. Okay, and the most important that centers were Puhar is also known as Kaveri Pattinam, and these are the ports of the Cholas. Cholagaloda துறைமுகங்கள். அதே Madurai is the capital of Pandyas. Okay, and these chiefs, how they collected the money, they didn't collect as a tax from the people. Okay, instead of that, they get it as a gift. Gift is not voluntary, that is voluntary, that is not compulsory. But taxes is compulsory. They didn't force the people to pay the tax. Instead of that, they accepted what is given by the people, and they keep the part of it for their use, and the remaining they use it for their family members, supporters like family members, poets, soldiers, etc. Okay, then next we are going to see about the silk route. What we are going to see next one is the silk route. Silk route. Okay, so this route is mainly for trade. What's the trade? It's for a business purpose. This route was found out, okay, by the Chinese, okay, to have a trade contact with the other people. So this was one type of route. It is known as silk route. Mainly, why it is called silk route? Silk was transported through these routes. Pattu. So that is what it's a silk route, mainly used by the traders, that is business. Okay, around 2000 years ago, this silk route was controlled by the Kushana's empire. Okay, so around 2000 years ago, this silk route was controlled by, யார் அவங்க கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தாங்க? Controlled by Kushanas. குஷானாஸ்ங்கிறவங்க ஒரு empire, dynasty, kingdom. Okay, so Kushanas was a empire. Okay, so in this they collected, okay, this Kushanas, இந்த Kushanas என்ன பண்ணாங்க? They collected, okay, they collected taxes, okay, tributes, not only this, and gifts from whom they have collected? From traders. They collected from traders. Okay, vanigargal. Traders na yarma? Vanigargal. They collected from the traders. For what purpose? Using silk route. For using silk route, and return for protection or from robbers. Okay, so what they did, this Kushana people, they collected the taxes and tributes and gifts from the traders. Why they have collected and why these people paid to the Kushana king? Because to travel through these routes, they got some problem. Robbers, திருடர்கள் வந்து வழியில் அவங்களை வந்து ரொம்ப problem பண்ணாங்க. So in the Kushana kingdom, this help gave protection to the traders from this robbers. Okay, for this purpose, this traders, they have paid taxes, tributes and gifts to the Kushana king. Okay, then what happened next? Okay, under the Kushana rule, what happened? A branch of silk route. Okay, a branch of silk route. Okay, that was passed from, where it passed from? Passed from Central Asia towards the seaport. Okay, from Central Asia towards seaports at the mouth of river Indus. At the mouth of river Indus. So what happened? Under the Kushana Empire, a branch of Silk Route, or a branch of Silk Route வந்து எங்கேருந்து பாஸ் ஆச்சுன்னா, it passed from Central Asia towards the seaports of the mouth of river Indus. Still it was extended under the Kushanas. Okay, a branch of Silk Route, it's passed from the Central Asia towards the sea of the mouth of river Indus. Next, what was transported from this route? Silk. Silk was transported from this route. Okay, next what happened? Silk, mainly silk was transported. அங்கேருந்து என்னத்தை transport பண்ணாங்கம்மா? Silk to these ports. Okay, these ports in, okay, silk was transported to from these ports, from these ports to where they have transported to Roman Empire. எங்க அனுப்பினாங்க? Roman Empire க்கு. Where it was? It was in the western side. Okay, like this it was transported. And next what happened? This Kushana people only, they have introduced the first gold coin. Okay, the Kushanas, these are the people, they first issued the or started the gold coin. Kushanas issued first gold coins. இவங்க தான் first gold coins அறிமுகப்படுத்தினாங்க. Okay, gold coins of the subcontinent. Okay, subcontinent. Continents, subcontinentsல first gold coins யூஸ் பண்ணது யாரு? இவங்க தான். And which was used by traders. So the gold coins who used? Traders, mainly traders along the Silk Route. Silk Route la trade பண்ணும்போது they used this gold coin along the Silk Route. Okay, so this was about the Silk Route, children. So what is Silk Route? Silk Route is nothing but it was a route introduced by the Chinese for the purpose of trade. Okay, so that was Silk Route, and when it was started in the year 2000 years ago. Okay, and the Silk Route was controlled by which kingdom? Kushanas Empire. Okay, so they collected taxes. These Kushana people collected taxes, gifts from the traders. Why? They gave protection for the traders from the robbers. So they, for this purpose, they have collected the taxes, tributes, gifts from the traders. And under Kushana, a new route, a branch of Silk Route was passed from Central Asia till towards the seaports of the mouth of river Indus வரைக்கும் ஒரு Silk Road branch பிரிஞ்சு தனியா ஃபார்ம் ஆச்சு. Okay, then from this ports, see what was transported? Silk was transported from these seaports to where? Roman Empire, to Rome. Okay, so in the where it was in the western side. Okay, and Kushanas, these are the first people who issued the gold coins. Okay, and this was gold coins were used by the traders for what purpose? To trade with the along the Silk Road. Okay, then next one is about the Buddhism. Buddhism flourished. We are going to see about Buddhism. Okay, Buddhism flourished na நல்ல செழிப்பா வளர்ந்தது. Okay, எப்ப அது வளர்ந்ததுனா flourished under the ruler of most important ruler of Kushana. His name is Kanishka. Okay, children, Buddhism flourished under the rule of most important king of a Kushana. His name is Kanishka. Okay, who is he? He is a devotee of Buddha. Buddha voda oru thivara bhaktar avaru. Okay, devotee of Buddha. And who ruled, ivar eppa rule pannarna, ruled around the year 1900 years ago. Okay, and one of his courtier, அவரோட அந்த சட்டமன்றத்தில் இருந்த ஒரு முக்கியமான person, one of his important courtier. What's his name? His name is Ashwagosha. Name of this person, Ashwagosha. Okay, அவரோட அரசவையில் முக்கியமான ஒரு பர்சன் இருந்தார். அவரோட பேர் வந்து அஸ்வகோஷா. He composed, அவர் என்ன எழுதினார்மா? He composed Buddha Charita. Buddha Charita. Buddha Charita. What is about that? It is a biography of Buddha. அப்படினா என்னது? Biography. Biography of Buddha. So what is this biography? If a book is written by a person about another person, that is biography. A person written about himself is called a autobiography. ஒருத்தர் தன்னை பற்றியே எழுதிக்கிறது autobiography. ஒருத்தரை பற்றி இன்னொருத்தர் எழுதுறது that is a biography. ஸோ அது மாதிரி அஸ்வகோஷாங்கிறவர் புத்தாவை பற்றி புத்த சரித்ரா அப்படின்னு எழுதியிருக்காரு. அதுதான் என்னது? biography of Buddha. Okay, this Ashwagosha and other Buddhist scholars and other Buddhist scholars of the time, அந்த டைமில் வாழ்ந்த அந்த மற்ற புத்த அறிஞர்களும் என்ன பண்ணாங்க? used what language? Sanskrit for their writing. Sanskrit for their writing. அவங்களோட அந்த ரைட்டிங் எதில் எழுதினாங்க? அந்த புக்ஸ் எல்லாம் they wrote. Ashwagosha and other Buddhist scholar of the time used Sanskrit language for their writing. அவங்களோட எழுதுறதுக்கு என்ன லாங்குவேஜை யூஸ் பண்ணாங்கன்னா சான்ஸ்கிரிட் யூஸ் பண்ணாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் these scholars came together. Where they came together for discussion. What type of discussion? To settle the disputes between the country. Okay, and people were ill-treated. To solve that problem, for all this they have came to the discussions at several councils. Okay, Buddhist councils. Okay, Buddhist council where it was held, that was organized, that were organized, where it was organized in the Kushana kingdom. So in the Ashwagosha, in the scholars law, what they did, these scholars, what they did, they came together for a discussion. They all came for a discussions. For what type of discussions? To solve many disputes. Okay, held at several Buddhist council. It was organized by the Kushana kingdom. So in this they have participated. Okay, this is about the Buddhism, where it was started, it was flourished in the under the rule of Kushana Empire, mainly under the rule of Kanishka. He was a devotee of Buddha, and when he ruled around 1900 years ago, he ruled the country. So one of his important courtier, his name is Ashwagosha. So he wrote a book, Buddha Charitra. It is a biography of Buddha. Okay, so Ashwagosha along with other scholars, they wrote these books in what language? In Sanskrit. These people very frequently they came for a discussion that held at Buddhist council. It was organized by the Kushana kingdom. The next type of Buddhism is, children, Mahayana Buddhism. Okay, so this is a new form of Buddhism developed around the year 1900 years ago. Okay, this is a new form of Buddhism. Okay, so Mahayana Buddhism, it's a new form of Buddhism developed around the year 1900 years ago. Okay, in Mahayana Buddhism, icons depicting the Buddha. Okay, so icons, that is அது வந்து இந்த சிலைகள், அது மாதிரி புத்தாவோட சிலைகள் வந்து சிலைகளாகவும் இருந்தது மற்றும் என்னமா பெயிண்டிங்ஸாகவும் இருந்துதான். அதை வந்து என்ன பண்ணாங்க இந்த மகாயான புத்திங்ஸில், திஸ் வாஸ் ரீப்ளேஸ்ட் பை ஸ்டாச்சுவாக மாற்றிட்டாங்களாம். என்ன மாற்றிட்டாங்க? அதை சிலையாக அப்படியே வந்து மாற்றிட்டாங்களாம். ஸோ அதுவும் மெயினில் எந்த இடத்துல, மெயின்லி மோஸ்ட்லி மேட் இன் மதுரா அண்ட் தக்ஷீலா. அந்த தக்ஷீலாவும் மதுராலேருந்து தான் இது மெயினாக இந்த ஸ்டாச்சூஸ் வந்து செய்யப்பட்டதான். இந்த மகாயானா புத்திசம்ஸில் பெயிண்டிங்காகவும் அந்த ஸ்கல்ப்சர்ஸாகவும் வந்தது, கற்சிலைகள் மது சிலைகள் மாதிரி செதுக்கி இருந்தது வந்து அது அப்புறமா என்னது ஸ்டாச்சுவாக மாறிடுச்சு வென் இந்த period Mahayana Buddhism. Okay, so that is mainly made from Mathura and Takshila. And another change was in that living condition of Bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas la some changes were happened. What changes? They led a isolated life. தனியா செப்பரேட்டாக வாழ ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க and meditate. After they got an enlightenment, அவங்களுக்கு ஞானம் வந்த பிறகு அவங்க என்ன பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க? They started doing meditations. Okay, and later what they did, they traveled to all parts of the world. For what purpose? To teach and help the ordinary people. சாதாரண ஒரு மக்களுக்கு உதவி பண்ணுறதுக்காக உலகம் முழுவதுமாக அவங்க என்ன பண்ணாங்க? பயணம் செஞ்சாங்க. Okay, then this form of Buddhism, where it was spread, and the worship of Bodhisattvas, where it was spread from first Central Asia to China. From there it moved to the Korea and Japan. So this is about the new form of Buddhism, Mahayana Buddhism. What is this Mahayana Buddhism? It's a new form of Buddhism developed around 1900 years ago. And in this period, the sculptures and paintings of Buddha was changed or replaced by statues of Buddha. And these churches were mainly made from Mathura and Takshila. And there another change was made in that is living condition of Bodhisattvas. And what the Bodhisattvas did, they led a separate life after they got an enlightenment, and then they traveled to many other places in the world to help and teach about Buddhism to the ordinary people. Okay, from first this type of Buddhism spread to that is not only that, and Bodhisattvas type of worships also first spread to China, Central Asia to China. From China it spread to Korea and Japan. This is about the Mahayana Buddhism. I hope you understood the concept. Today's assignment is learn and write 3 rulers and Mahayana Buddhism. I hope you understood the concept, children. Thank you. Have a nice day.